police are investigating a deadly attack in Bryanston. We understand that 2 armed suspects shot a man as he entered his complex. The suspects allegedly followed him onto the property, and they've been suggesting that this was a hit. But so far, no clarity on the man's identity. So let us get the latest. We've got our reporter, Lindo Gutlekulu, who's been tracking those developments for us. Now, Lindo, it is a developing story. We understand that this could possibly have been a hit. We understand that even the weapon that was utilized to shoot at the individual was actually one that suggests that it was a hit. But exactly what transpired this afternoon?
Well, Faith, that's exactly what we are about to find out, but we are at the crime scene where this had happened. We understand that 2 men had opened fire to the car just behind me. That is when the gentleman, we understand in his 50s, lost his life. But let's just get thorough and more details from Captain Mavela Masondo. South African Police Services was just going to share more details as to what exactly happened here. But Masondo, I guess the question is, was this a hit? What had actually happened here?
What is happening actually is that as the police, we are searching for the suspect after a 59-year-old man was shot and killed here in Bryanston. It is alleged that the victim, who is staying in this complex, was entering and he was followed by 2 suspects who were driving in a blue BMW. Then they accosted him and started shooting at him. The motive for the murder is unknown at this stage, but we've started with our investigation.
But I guess this, brings about a feeling of shock and distress for many residents to say you can be followed and, actually be assassinated in the comfort of your own home, or as you are entering the comfort of your own home, particularly because this is a complex that has security and all of that. But just take us through from what the police believe, the preliminary investigations. Was this a targeted attack? Was it a targeted person who was hit, or was this just a random act?
We suspect that this was a hit, and every crime that is committed, it's a concern for us. But as I'm saying that we've started with our investigation. The other thing that we can say is that after this incident, we discovered a blue BMW that is matching the description of the one that was here. It was burnt 2 kilometers away from this crime scene. We suspect that is the car that was used in this killing or in this murder.
And obviously that BMW that you found burnt a few kilometers from here forms part of the evidence now, and that you will be investigating, looking to who exactly the suspects are. But in terms of the leads that you have at this current stage, we understand you are looking for 2 suspects. But what are the leads at the moment?
Yes, we are looking for the 2 suspects, but there is a possibility that there were more than that. As we are saying that, no, the car that was found burnt, we suspect that is the one that was used. So in a way, it's a lead, that one. So it will form part of the investigation. And there are firearms that were recovered in that BMW. So they might be the firearms that were used in the commission of this crime. But that will be confirmed as the investigation continues.
You find yourself more often than not responding to come and answer to us such incidents, but are such incidents on a rise, particularly around Gauteng and Johannesburg, particularly because, every time we come and meet, we talk about such incidents, but are they on the rise, and are police concerned about these incidents now being on the rise?
Yes, I wouldn't say they are on the rise, but as I'm saying that every crime that is committed is a concern to us. As I'm saying that this one as well will get into the bottom of this matter to find out who are the perpetrators or the criminals behind this. But at the same time, we are appealing to the community that if there's anyone who's got information that can help us in the investigation or can help us apprehend this suspect, please let them come forward. They can call the nearest police station, or they can call our Crime Stop number, which is 08600 10111.
All right, Bob Masondo, we'll just have to leave it there for now. But Faith, that is the details that are coming out from Captain Mavela Masondo, just taking us through some of the things they're investigating. And they are saying that they are looking for 2 suspects. A car that was torched was found a few kilometers from here. They believe that that was the vehicle, as well as firearms inside that particular car that were used in this particular crime. But I'll just move out of shot and allow my colleague Busiso Mia to just show you this is the crime scene at the moment. And as you can see, the body has been taken from here, and quite interestingly, the the windows of the car, it seems, were bulletproof because there was no bullet holes at this stage, as far as I can see and as far as I can tell. But it seems that more details will be emerging from the police as they keep on investigating this particular matter. But at this stage, we understand that police have launched a manhunt for 2 suspects.
Well, thank you very much for that, Lindo. I know that we're going to be tracking that story quite closely. It's quite obviously the mainstay on the fact that it was a possible hit and those 2 suspects on the rise. So basically, we're imploring the community that if they can see anything, if they see anything suspicious around the Bryanston area, be sure to go to your local police station and inform them of any form of suspicion, or even if you suspect an individual, rather be safe than sorry.